I hope that, this is a great opportunity for us to be able to, bring our both our projects together, Danielle. Good morning. Good to see you. I got to read your book, Dare to Think Purple. Impressive. I like it a lot. I see that you're really trying to push the agenda of social entrepreneurship for women. And I see the way that it can be beneficial to our women in these days where everything is on Zoom. Brick and mortar is like almost about to be extinct, but hopefully it comes back soon. I would have a question for you though. I'm a man and I read that book and I found things that were beneficial for me because I think we're aligned in the same kind of work. How can your book be beneficial to the average person that just wants to get something beneficial to and better their life?
Oh man, first of all, thank you for all the support. You've been awesome. You've been sharing the book. I love that you read the book. Obviously, we have a long-standing personal connection and relationship, so that's not a surprise, but I still appreciate you. I wrote this book, yes, with the sort of avatar was myself, right? Like me starting out 5 years ago, but I didn't do this work in a vacuum. And a lot of the people who were cheering for me, investing in me, supporting me were men. So I think that there's men quoted in this book, mentioned in this book because they're a part of the story. And for most women, there's men in their lives too that are helping to make their success possible. So this is never a book that's not about or for men, even if the audience is, helping women think about how their experiences matter. But more than that, I would say really specifically, I offered these cheat codes, like the things that I felt like if you get them right early, they will save you a lot of time and energy. And one of them was around thinking about the terrible twos. A lot of parents know the terrible twos. You have this cute baby that's all sweet and good, and then they turn 2 and they're like, and you don't know anymore what to do. And you feel like you're failing, and your business is like that. It goes through stages. It's a baby and it's cute and everyone's like, good job. And then all of a sudden it gets out of hand. It starts to like take on a life and shape of its own. And you need new tools and you need new approaches and you need new systems and you need new ways of disciplining yourself to meet that challenge. I think that's a universal lesson. Men can take that too. Another big one was be mission driven, but not a martyr. When I hear you talk about purpose, the language that I often use is mission driven. And I think it's aligned.
I do think
about
so too.
Knowing what is driving you. It's about knowing why you started this in the first place. And yes, absolutely live in that purpose, pursue that mission, but never lose sight of the fact that if you're not here, you can't do any good work for anyone. So, sometimes we talk about, oh, you need enough sleep, you need to eat well, you need to drink enough water, as if those are suggestions. Like, no, those are operational manual instructions. Like if you had a car and you didn't put gas in it, it would go nowhere, the engine would bust out. So if you're not putting stuff inside of yourself, you will stop working. And I think sometimes we take those things as optional because we're so into the hustle that we think we can just like forego sleep, forego exercise, forego water. And it's like, no, your body will shut down on you. So those are just some of the things that, talking to real people about what was working, I felt like, let's just have more honest conversations about why we don't do what we know works. And that's what you see come through in the book.
I really appreciate that. When I read the book, I did feel like things spoke directly to me. And it was kind of like, okay, this is for women, but I do feel like I'm being benefited by this book also. So just to be clear, I know that we have the book that's on Amazon. Is there any place else that we can look for this book? Any other way that we can find this book also so I can share?
I mean, absolutely. We have our publisher, New Degree Press, and through them, our printing company is Ingram Spark. And so there are, the book will be, and I've already made it available for book suppliers to be able to carry. So we're making an effort on my team in particular to reach out to Black-owned bookstores, women-owned bookstores that serve new majority populations so that we can make sure that it feels accessible. We don't have the full list of where it's available yet, but starting in the spring, we'll be able to give people additional purchase options. And then the other option is like, if you're an organization and you really want to make this book available to your whole group, we also have bulk order options. And so you just need to reach out to us at hello@shethinkspurple.com, and we can put you in touch with the publisher and figure out how to get your bulk orders processed.
Here you go. I really like that. I think that's going to be great. I really wanted to see how you were going to really, enhance the community, the Black community with this book. It's needed. It's needed. So I appreciate you with that. Yeah. So is there anything that you feel like you wanted to know about the movements of the Purpose Factory, and I can help you with that?
Yeah, I think what I like about this exchange is I see the value for like putting it down in a book, but you offer a range of programming, and there are a lot of folks that are driving, like they're creating social enterprises because they want to connect with groups that are underrepresented and often overlooked. And so I would love for you to share, like, what does my community need to know about ways that they can support the folks that you're coaching, your clients at the Purpose Factory, or partner with you to reach more folks that are, returning citizens or at risk or opportunity youth. Like, please share that with specificity so that we know how to be, supportive in partnership.
Okay. Well, great ask, because I feel like although my avatar is, youth and young men, 16 and up, I feel like although I am pinpointing them in my programs, there is a lot that can be beneficial to everyone also, because we all go through struggles. And I think I aligned with you with that when it says when you're starting your own business, you're just trying to figure out what is that business, what is that purpose for yourself, that you go through certain things inside. And that's what I speak to in my programs. It's just your mental and emotional stability of us all. And although that is not spoken about very openly in our urban community with the male, it's always been kind of a thing for women, because women are just more open. They're just way more expressive of their emotional side. So to be so expressive on that, and I think it can impression young men to look at women and to understand where they're coming from, and know that we are human beings at the end of the day, and that we come together on a lot of different topics that make us one. So to be able to understand that the Purpose Factory is here to get you through your emotional, mental state that could be keeping you back, holding you down, to move forward, we want you to reach out to the Purpose Factory. And if there's anybody out there that feels like they want to add on, I am open to suggestions. I'm open to feedback, because as I'm growing this, I just want to be always knowing that I don't know it all. I love to say I don't know. Some people are afraid of that, but I love to say I don't know. I'm always thirsty to learn something. And that's why I think every day is just a happy day for me, because I'm always learning something new at all times. So yes, the program is there to help young men, but it can definitely be beneficial to all people, women alike, that go through these struggles in life.
And tell me again around it seems like you support people at a transition point. This is what I've come to understand. And the transition points feel like they're returning from prison, maybe, or from a halfway house or some transitional program, to now being fully on their own, or just young people transitioning from that adolescence to adulthood and getting caught in that sort of opportunity zone. No real formal college, no real formal career plans, and then at risk. What is it that you want to happen for these individuals in that transition so that they end up on a better path?
I would like them to empower themselves, whether it be through higher education, getting an occupation that they can thrive off of, and fit their necessities of life, their survival needs. And if it's even becoming your own boss, I want to encourage that. I would like to give the incentive that's needed. Sometimes that may be capital, because you can have the idea stirring in your heart, but when you look at it and you say, okay, I can't get out of my survival mode. my food, clothing, and shelter is keeping me from being able to really be creative in this sort of manner. Um, that holds us back, and that will keep us from taking that step. It keeps us in fear mode. So I want to release that fear. I want to unpack that idea with my people, with the young men, to let them know that somebody out here aligns with what they're feeling,
Mhm.
knows where they're coming from, and knows that the potential that you hold and within your heart and in yourself, that it is possible that it can be a reality one day. You just have to make the decision. That's why I say come as you are and leave as the view of your dreams, is because it doesn't matter where you sit today. It never depicts where you can be standing tomorrow.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, this was such a good catch up. We've got to do this again. I
Yes, we
really
do.
enjoyed this.
Yes, we do. We had a snowy day today, so the schedule's kind of slow. But I definitely think that we should have these touch base conversations a little bit more. I think it's encouraging to both our communities.
Yeah.
Uh, it's definitely encouraging to me, and I hope that you have all the success with your Dare to Think Purple book. I see that it's been really getting a lot of raves. I like that. I just wanted to let you know personally that you have been a motivating factor in my life and the things that I've aspired to do. And I would like to share that with the world. So I hope that everyone takes the opportunity to get a copy of this book in any way, shape, or form, to be able to just realize that what Danielle, Kristine, Toussaint has to say is something that needs to be heard.
Thanks so much. I'll come back and talk to you anytime.
Okay.